attempting to top up the coffers in the wood pile inside the cabin, and just got out to my wood shed and noticed that my roof has finally given up the ghost. It was looking a little shabby last year, and I procrastinated putting some new canvas on it instead of this crappy little tarp. And it looks like that was the wrong decision. Oh well. Let's dig her out and see what we can find inside. There we are. All filled up for next time. Whew. So I like to keep the kerosene lanterns topped up at least 2/3, if not full, all the time. The wick tends to wick up the kerosene better if it's 2/3 full at least. So that's what we like to try and keep it at, right? Oh yeah. It is a job that I tend to do outside. I don't think I've ever done it without spilling a little bit. And kerosene's not the most pleasant stuff to have just spilled inside a tiny little space like this. Again, everything that would probably be okay in a larger house or a larger cabin, in this space, this tiny little 96 square foot cabin, just makes a huge difference. So we try and avoid it. All right. Sit over here. There girl, sit. What a good dog. Sit. Oh no, sit. Oh, what a good dog. I've gone and overfilled that one. There we are. These aren't quite as empty as I thought they were. one's still a little full. The other thing that you might sometimes have to do to maintain your lanterns is to trim your wick. These ones look pretty good. Maybe a little bit there, but essentially you want your wick, depending on how bright you want it. If you want it brighter and to burn more fuel, you can make your wick more of a point. So cut a bit of an angle there and there to give it more of a point. It'll burn brighter. But I find they tend to smoke more that way. I don't know, I've never really been able to get it to work that well. So what I like to do is cut it flat across the top and then just trim down at a 45-degree angle on the very corners of it. And that tends to work pretty well for me, and gives a nice flat blade of light when you have it lit. And you know, it's that big wide fat flame that gives so much light. Well, that's about it for us this weekend. Had 3 good days here. Lots of fun adventures. I'm gonna take back the kids' snowshoes and my wife's snowshoes so that if we need to come back out again and pack out again, that we can snowshoe back in. Theirs were up here. And so I was a little worried that if we needed to do what I did this time and ski in with the Pulk sled, that they'd have to walk through the snow. So I'll bring their snowshoes back, and that way everybody gets to come back. So we'll pack this all up. I think that'll be about it. Huh?